Hi everyone. So today in this video, we'll see how to run our Jenkins build from the command line or terminal. We have created so many projects in our Jenkins, so we have to run those projects from command line as well, right? So setting up the command line for Jenkins project, so we have to do some sort of like authorization in terms of authorization, right? So anyone can run your build, or only the logged user want to execute the build, right? So that setup we can do in the manage Jenkins, going to the configure global security. Okay, so we'll go first. We'll go ahead and we'll set the configuration now. So here is the Jenkins. Make sure you have logged in. So go to your manage Jenkins option. So here you will find the option called configure global security, right? So go to this page. So here you will find option for authorization. Okay. So we will see one by one one by one. So the first one we'll see check anyone can do anything, right? So when you selected this option, you can do anything without passing your Jenkins credentials. Okay. So now, so here it is. So this is option that we have selected, authorization. Anyone can do anything, right? So the one more option is only logged user, right? So when you click on the logged user, so only you can run this build from the command line. Okay, so now we'll go by this option. Anyone can do anything. So I'm just applying and saving it the changes. Okay, so now you can go to manage Jenkins, manage under manage Jenkins, you can go to this Jenkins CLI, right? So when you go to this Jenkins CLI, here you can find the option for downloading the Jenkins CLI jar, right? So you have to download this jar. Okay, this is it's a simple jar file you have to download, and you have to keep it in your where the Jenkins is installed, right? So in my case, you can see my Jenkins is installed under the program files. So I am using Jenkins installer file. So if your case, you are using like a Jenkins WAR file, then you have to find this folder. So it should be in your program files, or program files X. Either program files, or program files X 86, which means like based on your operating system bit, right? So here you will find option for Jenkins, right? So here I have placed the Jenkins CLI jar file. So from here you can run your, you can execute your projects. So for executing the commands, like we have so many commands available in the Jenkins CLI. So for example, if you want to build the project, this is a command that we have to use. So similarly, you can check all the things that you want, like so who am I? It will give you your credentials, and like you can check the version of your Jenkins, right? So what I will do now, I will come here, I will open my command prompt from here. Okay, so now what I will do, I have to check my Jenkins credential. Okay, simply copy this and go to your command prompt. So here I will paste. So on my case, my Jenkins is running on 8082, so I have to change this port number. So I'm just changing to 8082. So now when I put on enter, you can see my Jenkins version will be printed here. So I'm using 2.270. So that is my Jenkins version. You can see it here, 2.270, right? So this will help you to know about your Jenkins version. Like so, if you want to know some other things, right? So for example, I want to know what are the list of jobs I have. List of jobs means like what are the projects I have in my Jenkins, right? So I simply copy this line and I can go to the command prompt. So I have to change my port number because my Jenkins is running on 8082, right? So when I put on enter, you can see all the projects I have in the Jenkins is coming, right? So these are the projects that I have in my Jenkins. So here you can see, so these are the things are coming in the console also, right? So yeah, all the projects that you have, it will be displayed as this. Okay, so this is one more. And there are so many commands we can go for it. Like, so for example, this is a job, list of job that I have, right? So similarly, I can go for a, okay, list of plugins I have, right? So I may install so many plugins, right? So what are the plugins that I have installed here? So when you put on enter, okay, sorry, I have to change the port number because I'm running on 8082. Okay, so it will give what are the plugins that I have installed. So these many plugins I have installed to my Jenkins. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we'll run one build. Okay, so running our build is, this is a build option, right? So what I will do, I will open one more window. So this is a job, command that you have to build your, to run your project. Okay, so I will paste it here. Okay, so here we have to give the project name. So for example, here I have list of projects, right? So I will take this GitHub Maven, which we created already, right? So my last build was like 18, right? So now I will pass this project name here. So I will delete this job. I have to pass my GitHub, my project name, right? So my project name is GitHub hyphen Maven, and I have to make sure this is running on 8082, right? So I will change it this one. So now you can see this will automatically execute. So our last build was 18. So when I put on enter here, now you can see, okay, this is started actually. So now you can see the build number 19 will start. Yeah, this is started now, right? So if you want to make sure, okay, this is started from the command prompt or not, you can go to the console. So here you can see started from the command line by anonymous user, right? Because we have selected option as anyone can do anything, right? Check anyone can do anything. So that's the reason it's coming as anonymous. So when you go for your logged user, no, so you might see your your username, right? So my username is admin here, right? So it is executing, it will execute and it will, the build will get succeed. Okay. So we'll wait for the build to be completed. Okay. So the one more option is like only logged in user, right? So we'll go to that one. So I will go to manage Jenkins option. So here I will go to the global security. So here, what I will do, I will make this only logged in user can do anything, right? So allow anonymous user to read access. So when we selected this one and when we go for a save and apply, so now you cannot execute like this. So what we have done like, simply we have passed the URL. This is a URL. My where my Jenkins is running, and we have given our build name, right? So if I do the same thing now, it will not execute. Okay. So since we have changed the settings in the authorization, so when I click on enter, it will not run. See, anonymous is missing the build job permission, right? So it is asking for the permission. So how do we pass the our permission, right? So for that one, we have to pass our username password to the Jenkins. Okay, so how do we pass the username password is, okay, so far we have sent only the WebSocket and build Maven, whatever the project name, right? So additionally, we have to pass our authorization. So in our case, my case, right? So the authorization is, so you have to pass the authorization like this hyphen R. So my username is admin, right? So this is my Jenkins password. Okay, my username is admin, and this Jenkins password is same like so when you used to log into the Jenkins, right? So what is the password that you use? So the same password. I'm using my default settings like admin with the default password that given by the Jenkins. Okay, when I do this, it will automatically run. We'll go to the project. Okay, wait for this 19 to be get completed. Yeah. So 19 is get completed now. You can see the build is success, right? So what I will do now, again, I will execute the build. Okay. So here we are passing the authorization. So hyphen auth, you have to pass your username, colon, your password and build. So what are the projects that you want to build, you can pass this one. Okay, so now I will put on enter. Now you can see the build will automatically start. Okay, so our last build was 19. So now I'll execute this one. You can see. So the build number 20 will start. Yeah, it started now, right? So when we go to the console now, you can see this is started by the command line by the user of admin, right? So my username is admin here. So now you can see started from the command line by the admin. So in our previous build, it was like anonymous, right? Because we have given this option, anyone can do anything, right? And this is a command, this is a command that we have to use, to run our build with the authorization setting, right? So you have to pass your admin is my username and this is my password, right? So this is how we run the build from, Jenkins job from the command line. Okay. So now this build will, execute and it will, get succeed automatically. Okay, so now additionally, if you want to check like something else, right? So it's always recommended go with the this only logged in user option. So instead of doing check, anyone can do anything. So you can configure your authorization. Then you can you can pass the authorization here to run the your Jenkins build, right? So now, okay, so there are so many things like you can check. So when you go for a install plugin, you can do it from here. List of jobs already we have seen, list of plugins, right? And if you want to restart the Jenkins also, it's very easy. You can restart from here like this. Okay, so when you pass this command, it will automatically your Jenkins will restart now. I'm just restarting my Jenkins now. I just copy the command from the Jenkins CLI. Okay, so now the Jenkins will automatically restart. Sorry, again I have to change my port number. So now what happens? Okay, so here also we are getting the permission things because we have set up the authorization, right? So that's the reason it's giving us a permission one. So what we have to do, we have to pass the authorization. So how do we pass? Hyphen AUTHR, and I have to copy my username password. So this is my username password. I will copy this one and I will come here. Okay, so when I do this now, it will automatically restart. See, my Jenkins is restart now. I mean, so if I go to any pages here, I cannot. I have to log in again. See, your Jenkins is restarting. I'm not able to access my Jenkins, right? So this is an effective way. Like you can use your Jenkins through the. You can control your Jenkins through CLI option, right? So that's all about using the Jenkins CLI option. So if you guys have any comment, please leave in the comment section or any doubts also fine. Okay. Thank you guys.